One of the most important things about Power Rangers is the Megazords. Every Power Rangers team has a Megazord, and sometimes they have more than one. Also, some villains have Megazords so they can battle the Power Rangers. The best known Megazord of all is the Dino Megazord, the Mighty Morphin's Megazord. This Megazord is very powerful and has won many battles against many different enemies. Another one that is also very well known is the Dragon Zord, which is the Zord of the Green Ranger. This Zord is controlled by the Dragon Dagger and is also very powerful. Although these two Zords are very famous, they are not the most powerful. However, in this video I am not going to present to you the most powerful ones, but the biggest in size. These Megazords make the other Zords look like toys because of their enormous size. First, let's start by looking at the sizes of some Megazords so that we can have some comparison. The Dino Megazord is one of the smallest in the entire franchise as it is 41 meters tall, which is equivalent to a 9-story building. One of the largest Megazords is the Dino Charge Ultra Zord, which is 97 meters tall, and that is equivalent to a 21-story tall building. This means that this Megazord is a little more than twice the size of the Dino Megazord. Still, if we watch the TV series, we wouldn't notice the size difference, as this wouldn't be a fair battle for the smaller Megazords, so for reasons of preserving the story and plot, they make all the Megazords about the same size on screen. Sometimes we may see that the Dino Megazord is even bigger than multi-story buildings, because in reality the comparison we make of the size of the Megazord and the buildings doesn't matter to the audience. This has only been important on very few occasions when they want to show that there is a giant Megazord, and today I am going to talk about two huge Megazords. The first one is the Evox Chimera Zord, which is a species of 7-headed dinosaur with wings. It has a large head in the center which is green and has 6 heads of different dinosaurs. Its body, including the wings and the 6 heads, is violet with some yellow details. Although this monster looks real, it is really a machine like any other Megazord. The measurements of this Megazord are not exact, but Jason compared it to the next Megazord that we are going to talk about later. Chimera shoots energy beams from its 7 mouths, and they are so powerful that they could take out any Ranger team. These heads spin around like clock hands, so this complicates things when it's throwing its beams all over the place. Due to its large size, it clearly possesses very great strength. Another thing we can highlight is the durability, since they needed the power of 3 Megazords to be able to defeat it. If we look at the image, we can see the great size he has, since these 3 Megazords measure less than 50 meters and look like toys next to this monster. Even so, the size of this Megazord does not surpass the largest in the history of the franchise. Serpentera, a well-known Megazord which belonged to Lord Zedd. This Megazord is 345 meters tall, which is equivalent to a 77-story building. If we make a comparison with a famous place, this Megazord is a little bigger than the Eiffel Tower. Serpentera is a dragon, which also has a very long tail. If we add the tail to its height measurement, then Serpentera is 500 meters long, which is equivalent to a 111-story building. This size can be compared to Taipei 101 in Taiwan, which is just over 500 meters and has 101 floors. Despite its large size, Serpentera was not invincible because it had a great weakness, and that is that it needed a lot of energy to activate, and that energy was spent quickly. This is why it never won the battles, even though it could have done it in a very easy way. In addition to its large size, Serpentera launched lightning bolts from its mouth and could also fly. The last time we saw this giant was in the episode Forever Red, where we can see Cole ramming the dragon through its mouth, as that was its weakest point. This caused the destruction of Serpentera and was a bit disappointing as the size difference was wrong in proportion. If a ranger had entered Serpentera's mouth, it would be like a human eating a grain of rice. Although this monster no longer appears on television, in the comics it returned alongside Lord Draken. Somehow Draken had obtained this giant Megazord and used it in the final battle against the Rangers. Serpentera destroyed several Megazords effortlessly and was a real threat, unlike the TV version, which was only impressive because of its size. This version of Serpentera was so dangerous that it ate the Megazords as if they were candy, and the size proportion was more accurate because if we look at the image, the Rangers looked like grains of rice. In this same comic we could see how the Rangers managed to stop this monster that was more dangerous than its TV version. The Rangers joined several Megazords from different eras and multiverses with a calculation made by Jen, the Pink Ranger of the Time Force team. Then, they made it grow, and only this giant Super Megazord, which didn't even have a name, could take on Serpentera. This new Megazord stuck his sword through his back, piercing and destroying him. It is not known what the measurements of this new Megazord were, but apparently it is the same size as Serpentera when it is standing still, that is, 345 meters tall. If you like Megazords, like this video and subscribe to this channel to create a Power Rangers Super Megazord.